Welcome back to another episode of Show Us Your TDs. That's right, Tom Brady. I'm talking to you, you stud muffin. This is a show where we bring you the good, the bad, and the people who look like Marshawn Lynch of the NFL. I'm here with Melky. How you doing today?
Yeah, I'm always feeling blessed, bro. Another football pod, so it's good. But honestly, I've been feeling hungry lately, and I'll tell you why. Have you ever heard of the show called The American Barbecue Showdown on Netflix?
Yeah, I
Oh,
have.
bro, man, that show leaves me mouth watering every time. I bulldozed through it this weekend. I understand now why Winnie the Pooh nuts himself every time he sees honey. Like it's equivalent to that. So yeah,
Uh,
but I'm doing well. I mean, minus fantasy and all, but we'll get into that.
you know what? Kind of going off that a little bit. You know who they need to feed? They need to feed fucking Zeke Elliott.
Thank you. Dak is such a whore right now, a stats whore. Doesn't want to show him any love. I mean, I get Zeke fumbled the ball, so I get where you're a little discouraged, but fuck, man, feed the man.
That barbecue needs to go straight to Zeke. Okay.
100%, man. So speaking of fantasy, though, bro, how did you do this week?
Um, I was a little worried at first with the COVID situation that's going on around the league right now. As you guys know, I have Derrick Henry, who that Tennessee game did not play, but we'll get into that later on in the show. But other than that, I did pretty well. I won my game, so I'm 2-2 this week. And guess who's beating your ass by what,
Yes,
like 5, 10 points or something like that?
yeah, I saw that in the standings this morning, and I was
This guy bragging over here from the last episode.
I was livid because well, obviously I lost, but I was livid because Ridley didn't even put up any points. Clyde didn't do shit because the Patriots are a joke without Cam. I don't know, man. I'm on a bad losing streak at the moment, so hopefully this week it turns around. But
But
yeah, story of my
but
life.
but yeah, no. I won 100.8 to 76.95 against the girl you lost to last week. Josh Allen didn't have his big game like he has been with the 40 points plus. He had 32 points, but the biggest thing on the matchup was she had Tom Brady at 47.15. Man, he killed it. He killed it last week. But you know what? Adam Thielen, is it Mike Davis, Adrian Peterson, who I picked up off the waiver wire.
Smart
He
pickup.
had a decent game for me. But yeah, all in all, it was a low scoring week, I think, for a lot of people this week because of the COVID problems. Um, I was flipping back and forth between Hunter Henry and Travis Kelsey because I wasn't sure if Kelsey was going to play. But early on in uh,
Work.
the afternoon, they said that they might play on Monday. So just I think it was at like 12:50, switched it out because Hunter Henry was a 1 o'clock game, so I switched out Hunter Henry, put Kelsey back in. But yeah, other than that, man, I'm doing good. I won. I'm 2-2. I'm on top of you. I'm good. I'm good. How you doing over there? How was your fantasy week?
Oh, like you heard, not so well. I'm just side note, don't ever be on top of me, okay? Nope.
I'm on top of you like fucking. Oh my god, I'm gonna forget. But Friday, you got knocked the fuck out.
Fucking classic movie. Yeah, no, I'm on a losing streak. My guys just didn't show up. And even, you know what? I didn't start Gordon, which was a mistake, and I didn't put in Diggs because Ridley was a go on Monday. Even if I had those two in, I would have lost by 10. So obviously, the gods weren't on my side last week, but hopefully this week it's a different story. I feel like I'm going to be back on the winning track. Um, Man, Jared Goff, can you at least do something when I play? Like, bro, you played the G-Men, who stink. Goobie and I could put a football team together and we'd beat the G-Men. Like, come on.
I wouldn't get so cocky because you know what? Our Cowboys play the G-Men this week coming up, and I'm afraid. So
Are you gonna pray?
I'm definitely gonna pray. Like, come on.
I think we have this game this week. I think this is a Zeke Elliott week as well. But yeah, you know what? My guys like George Kittle, welcome back. Big time numbers, man. He's the total package. It just seems like my kickers don't want to perform for me. I think the kickers in the NFL hate me. I don't know. I didn't offend their moms too much, man. Like it's just a unfortunate string of bad luck. Like congratulations to you. You're finally back to 500. So keep it up.
I'm doing well. And speaking of being back at 500, hopefully next week I can be 3-1. I'm looking at the
3-2, buddy.
Yeah, 3-2. Sorry, 3-2. You're right. But yeah, next week I'm looking at the top dog. I'm playing Hot Chub Time Machine.
Top dog indeed.
With was she 4-0 now?
She's 4-0. Perfect.
It's another big QB matchup. Josh Allen versus Dak Prescott. We were kind of discussing this just before the pod, but Dak Prescott has 3 points more than Josh Allen this season for fantasy. Big wide receiver matchup with Metcalf versus Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen had a great game last week with 18 or 19 points, like we were saying earlier. And then it's the running backs that I'm hoping outperform this week with Mike Davis and Derrick Henry. Hopefully Derrick Henry has another big game. Hopefully another 2-touchdown game from me. But I really think that I could take down the top dog this week. What's your matchup looking like?
Yeah, no, I think you have a good opportunity to take down the top dog. Just Dak's just on another level right now, even Josh Allen. So we'll see. Me, I hate football. She's struggling a little bit. She's got a ton of injuries. She definitely has me in the quarterback matchup with Lamar Jackson, especially since they're playing the Bengals.
Sorry, but she drafted that first or second overall?
That was her first pick because she kept Michael Thomas. No, she should have waited. But yeah, she's got me in the quarterback category, but I think I have her everywhere else. Like I got Evans, I got Ridley. She's got Fuller and she's got Deontay Johnson. I got Zeke and Clyde. She's got Taylor and David Johnson. Can someone call an SOS for him? Like, where the hell has he been? Well, just like the Texans. I got her at the tight end spot. I got Kittle. She's got Akins. I got Singles. Like she's got Kareem Hunt, which I mean, for those who don't know, Chubbs went down, so Hunt's the man now. But yeah, I think I got it this week. To be honest with you, I'm optimistic.
I do want to kind of touch base off of your running back a little bit. Are you still happy that if you were let's scratch that. If you were number 1 overall, would you have gone Derrick Henry or would you have gone Clyde Edwards-Helaire with knowing what the stats are right now?
I would probably still have gone Henry just because he's a bell cow. I had him last year. The man can easily put up numbers. Like he can rush for over 100 and get you a couple TDs. Like Clyde's a rookie, right? And not that he's done me any wrong. Like he's been great so far. It's just I would go with the certainty in Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I'm just looking kind of at the points right now. They're both not producing what they've been expecting.
No, they're not. I think Derrick Henry just he always has a slow start though. If you look at his past, he always starts fairly slow and then he just picks up steam and then he's gone. Next thing you know, he's leading the league in rushing or leading the league in touchdowns or whatever the case may be. Clyde, I expect it, man. Growing pains, the rookie pains, rookie wall. I'm not too worried, man. I got a nice set of running backs. So, if Clyde doesn't perform, I got Gordon and Singletary to pick up the slack.
But you know what? Speaking of slow starts, I want to go with some bench wars this week.
Bench wars.
Slow starts, and so I'm just going to go out on a whim and if you guys don't know what Bench Wars is what we take a player from a bench around our league, our fantasy league, and we take a player and we match them up, points to points, wide receiver versus wide receiver, running back versus running back, so on and so forth. This week we chose two wide receivers, and I picked Keelan Cole, wide receiver of Jacksonville. You know what? It was just more of a whimsical. I'm gonna pick Keelan Cole and see what he does. Honestly, I didn't even do the research. I don't even know he's playing, but I know he's shit, and I think he's going to get 6 points, 7 points. Fuck it. He's going to do what I said last week or 2 weeks ago or whatever. He's going to get that 1 yard reception with the.
All right. I like it, man. I like it. It's bold, man. I'm gonna go with a guy who's somewhat known around the league, but again, hasn't done much. But he's on the Giants. It's your boy, Golden Tate. I feel like he's probably going to put up more numbers than your boy because the Cowboy secondary is atrocious. So I'm going to predict Golden Tate to actually have maybe 30 yards and unexpected touchdown for a blockbuster 10 points.
Okay. I quickly want to go off that. Who do you think's gonna have a better game, Golden Tate or Slayton?
Oh, Slayton. Slayton's gonna be targeted more so. He's the better wide receiver. He is the man there. It's just the team is a dumpster fire, and like even I don't know, man. They're just garbage. Like no Saquon. There's no threat. Everybody laughs at them when they walk in the field. No, but it's Slayton. Like Slayton could ball out, man. I wouldn't be surprised if Slayton gets over 100 yards and a couple TDs. Just how despicable the Cowboys defense is, but
we'll get back into that more.
Exactly. Going into week 4 highlights. First casualty of the NFL. First coach and GM to be fired. Texans Bill O'Brien got the axe a couple days ago. What are your thoughts on that?
You know what? After an 0-4 start and getting rid of I'm gonna say the best wide receiver in the game.
Top 3 at least. Top 3.
You know what? No wonder you're doing such a bad job. Like, you know what? Just get rid of him. Like, you got a good quarterback. I'm not gonna say he's great because he hasn't shown that greatness yet, but he could be on the level of
greatness.
No, I'm trying to think of freaking the quarterback for Baltimore.
Oh, Lamar Jackson.
There you go. I was gonna say whatever, but yeah, Lamar Jackson. He could be a Lamar Jackson. I really think he has that in him, but he needed his star wide receiver, and he's not there anymore. Mm-hmm. You know what? You got David Johnson, who is proven to be a great running back. So you got that backfield. He is injury prone and banged up and getting a little older. But you know what? That's all on the coach / GM. Sounds like a fucking Jerry Jones situation to me. What do you think?
It was just a stupid move. Like, I don't know if it was ego or I don't know if he had animosity towards DeAndre, but the man, like you said, is arguably the top wide receiver in the league. He's at least top 3. He's in anybody's top 3, and you get rid of him for a sack of potatoes, basically. Actually, you would have done better getting a sack of potatoes.
You'd be able to eat that.
Exactly. You'd make use out of that. It was questionable. Like, bro, why? Was it money reasons? Did you have that monkey up your ass so far? Like, you can't fucking focus? Like, no, it was god awful. He deserved it. He should have gotten the axe after he made that trade. I question his intelligence if he has any. So good riddance.
I don't think he's got intelligence. Like it's a silly thing to even do. Like that would be like the Cowboys giving up Zeke Elliott or freaking KC going, hey, Mahomes, we paid you $500 million. We're going to send your ass to the Jets. Fuck it.
Right. Ugh.
But, speaking of Mahomes, and I want to say more of putting up numbers, OBJ.
Damn.
What's good, buddy?
Damn.
I think I had you as a bust. I think last week, or I was talking. I think I was putting you. I was gonna put you on as a bust last week, but goddamn boy, you performed like nobody's business. He put up 33 points. 33. Like I'm looking up the stats right now, but I can't believe it. I cannot believe that you put up 33 points. He had 2 rushes for 73 yards and a touchdown. When you let your, and we're going to get more into the NFC East and Dallas and all that later on, but when you let a wide receiver get 73 yards rushing and a touchdown, bro, there's something wrong. Not only that, he picked up 5 receptions for 81 yards and 2 more touchdowns on top of that. That's 3 touchdowns. I was gonna label. I think I was this week. I was gonna put you on boom or bust, and last week I was probably gonna put you on boom or bust. But I have no words. No, I actually put a $10 bet twice last week with 2 people at my work, both Browns fans. I said, look, your quarterback can only throw 156 yards. OBJ is only getting under 4 receptions a game. Like, they're no good. And I said, you know what? I'll even give you 10 points that Dallas is going to absolutely destroy them. And I walked into work on Monday, my head down low, money in my hand. And I said, here you go. Here you go. And the one guy he looks at me and goes, weren't you talking shit about OBJ? I was like, not anymore. Nope.
Okay, I got a question for you, though. You think he does this to any other team besides the Cowboys?
Yeah, the Jets. And probably ATL because they fuck up too. But no, not really. No, I don't see that anywhere else.
Touche. You know what's worse about his stat line? The first touchdown he got was from his fellow receiver, Jarvis Landry. It wasn't even from Baker. Yeah. Just embarrassing. But yeah, OBJ, big numbers, man. I think a lot of people are ready to pull the plug on him, but he shows you why. He's dynamic. He's a dual, triple threat. So good on him. But
shows you why he's OBJ.
Speaking of threats, how about his lordship, Tom Brady?
Well, I thought you were about to talk about my boy Josh Allen, but you know what? I have to agree with you, man. Tom
Brady, this past week, 5 TDs, 369 passing yards, led a big win, led his team to a big win over the Chargers. Is Tom Brady back?
I'm not gonna say he's back yet, but you know what? He seems to be starting to get the hang of this offense. You know, we all saw this coming. It just needed a little bit of work since the practices were short or null and void at all because of COVID. You know, I was talking to one buddy again at work who's a big Dallas Cowboys fan like myself, and he's looking at the first, 3 to 4 games, maybe even 5 games as preseason, man. Like we just it's all preseason right now, and everybody's trying to get the feel for each other, especially the players going to new teams like Tom Brady. But we're starting to see the greatness again. I don't know how far it's going to get him. We're already a quarter of the way through the season. So I think, they definitely could take that division, but it's going to be rough. What do you think?
Well, I like what you just added there. I think Tom Brady, like with the preseason, you have to remember he's 43 years old. So it might take him a little longer to, get into game shape. I think it's only going up. That their defense is no joke. Tom Brady, I mean, he lost O.J. Howard this week, but they still have a plethora of weapons, man. Like Evans, Godwin, Brait, lesser extent, Gronk, Miller, who I labeled as a bust, but bro, he looked pretty solid on Sunday. They got the dynamic duo running backs, and Fournette and Jones. Like, I think it's only up for from there. The Saints look shaky. You know what? They won, but don't get that twisted. Breeze isn't throwing that ball right now. It's the Kamara show.
But you know what? I can't believe, like, when I didn't see the game, I just heard about the stats and stuff, and I looked at it, I was like, there's the Tom, there's the goat, just starting to show his greatness and
his goatness.
That's what I was gonna say, his goatness, but like it could be, but it's Tom Brady doing Tom Brady things, and I can't say much other than it's Tom Brady, like you expect. The one thing we didn't expect this week, COVID-19 hitting a lot of players and teams and fantasy teams. What are your thoughts with Cam Newton getting COVID-19?
It was a shock, man. It was at Sunday morning. I get the score report that Cam has COVID and the game is going to be most likely canceled. It was shocking because I don't know if you know, I'm trying to get Cam Newton. So
I remember messaging you about that. I was like, you still got Cam Newton or what? Like,
yeah, exactly. I was just like, it made me back off a little bit. So no, it was a shocker. It was definitely the shocker of the day. But this is to be expected. It's COVID. It's around. I don't think they're doing the bubbles like some of the other sports.
They're traveling back and forth right now.
Exactly. So you know what? It's bound to happen. Look what happened. The next case, the Steelers and the Titans. Look how many Titans caught COVID. The medical staff and players. Like, oof. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know too much about what's going on there, but I heard something about tracking devices. Apparently, players and coaches around the league are supposed to wear tracking devices when they're not in facilities. And apparently, some of the Titans staff and players not wearing their tracking devices, so they don't know where they went. So that's a little iffy to me, a little skeptical of what's going on there. And obviously, we're seeing bad results come out of it, too, with three players and apparently 5 coaching staff people who have tested positive for COVID, which, I don't mean this in a bad way at all. I really hope these people get better and stuff like that, but it does screw up fantasy. I know this is a fantasy kind of show. This is more fantasy than football. It does screw up our fantasy league. I have Derrick Henry gone. I also had AJ Brown, who was, I'm pretty sure, supposed to come back this week, and Tannehill's been lighting it up.
Yeah.
Now with his best receiver, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna score up my ass. But you know what? It didn't happen that way, and the Titans game got canceled. But speaking of cancellations, KC versus Pittsburgh, another cancellation. What do you think about that one?
Well, you know what? They were lucky that it was only Cam, and I think another player that tested for COVID, and because it was, I think they're about to travel, or they're in the works of traveling. So I think that's why they were able to like nip it in the butt, and get the Patriots in order, make sure nobody had it, so they could make it a Monday night game. Because imagine that being canceled, that would have screwed me over. I had Clyde. I was worried all Sunday, like, do I not play Clyde? I couldn't play Big Ben because he was in the Steelers and Titans game. But yeah, no, I think all fantasy participants were worried that your lineups are going to be messed up because of potential cancellations. It was a nightmare, man. Like, to be honest with you, I was shitting bricks a Sunday morning, just like figuring out what to do or who to put at flex so I can change it up. Like, it was tough, man.
Yeah, no, and sorry to interrupt. I know I said KC versus Pittsburgh. I don't know why, but it's KC versus the Patriots. But
Yeah.
it's we're both kind of lucky in a sense that it turned into a Monday night game and it was a false positive.
Oh, it was. I mean, it did help me. I still fucking lost, but yeah, no. It was a blessing. Thank God they didn't reschedule that game. It's just, you know what? I fear this is going to be a norm. It's going to be smooth for a couple of weeks, and then there's going to be a breakout of some sort.
I agree with that, and hopefully, all these players and coaches and staff get better at with the COVID-19.
Well, I think the NFL has some new protocols out already. I don't know them by heart or by definition, but they're going to be very strict, and you have to be. I want the full season. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I can speak for you, and you would say the same thing, and everyone else. So, like, guys, just follow protocol. It's not hard. We love fantasy, and like, let's get the season. Let's continue it to roll.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, speaking of rolling, though, how about that fucking NFC East? What a fucking joke.
No words at all. Dallas 1-3, Philly 1-2-1. The no names 1-3, the Giants 1-3. This is looking like, I'm gonna take it from you, a dumpster fire.
Do the Giants have a win?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Are they 1-3? I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure
they're 0-4.
Are they 0-4?
Pretty sure. Thank God we have phones, man. Smartphones.
Right? It's, sometimes we make mistakes. Things happen.
Yeah, 0-4.
0-4. Yeah, it's. I like. There's no words for this division.
They're you know what? It's a shame because these teams have history and some good history, obviously some bad history, but they have some great history. And for the division to be what it is now, like, it's just straight trash, man. Like, I honestly think we should have to go to the CFL. Like, especially if you have like such a losing record. It's a joke, man. Like, I'm not even looking forward to the Giants and the Cowboys this weekend. I don't care. Like,
I kind of agree. Like, I will not lie. I did not watch the Browns game. I know I had a bet on it, but I was out with some friends on a nice nature hike before the winter comes. But
yeah.
I looked at the score line and I was like, damn, that's a big score line. Then I looked at the score line again. And I'm like, damn, we lost. Well, I kind of saw that coming, kind of.
Yeah.
I know I was a little cocky into it, but I just the top of the division's got a fucking tie, and it's Philly.
It's those bitch ass pigeons. No, it's sad, man. Like, I'm not even excited. You know what the thing is? Like, the winner of this division is gonna get stomped by a wild card team. That's the thing. Like, your reward is, yeah, you get home field, but you're gonna get stomped by a better wild card team. So I guess that's a consolation prize. I don't know.
The question is is home field advantage really anything anymore? Especially with players and shit getting COVID now. Do you really think that they're gonna start letting fans back in again? I know they started doing like 20 or 30% capacity. 12 to 15,000 people. I don't see that happening now, so I really don't see home field advantage being a thing.
Yeah, no, you're right. You hit that right on the. You hit that correctly. Sorry, guys, I can't speak today.
A little late.
Just thinking about how whack ass our division is. Yeah, no, home field isn't really a thing right now. I mean, some stadiums are allowing like you said, the 20 to 30% capacity. But who knows by the time we reach playoffs. I just know, man, like NFC East, get your shit together, be respectable, or fucking go to the CFL. You're a joke.
It's unbelievable. I'm surprised the Jets aren't in our division because that's how bad we are.
They may as well be. We'll take the Jets. We'll take the Bengals. We'll take Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take all the shit. Houston, come on now. It's not too far from Dallas.
We could just make a shitty league.
Right?
Oh wait, there is one. It's called the XFL. Sorry, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, but that was a bad fucking move by you.
Oh God, man. Terrible.
Oh man. But yeah, I don't see the NFC East doing anything big in the playoffs at all.
NFC East, you're a bust.
Oh man. But
speaking of bust, let's get into Boomer Bust, man. Why don't you take it away, bro?
Everybody's favorite segment, Boomer Bust. You know, I love this so much that I can call out some players, call them out as a bust or a boom and, predict that they're going to have a good game, bad game. Sometimes we get it wrong. Sometimes we get it right. And sometimes there's players that I thought I would never say again. And one of them, it's crazy to me. It's crazy that this name is still being thrown around in the league. But I will label Adrian Peterson as a boom. Even though he has a bye week this week coming up, he had 11 touches, 36 yards, and 1 touchdown last week. Even though Detroit is 1-3, I see AP's carries going up throughout the season. Because you know what? Stafford is Stafford. He gets a little frazzled. Their O-line, I think, is a better run offensive line than a passing the offensive line. But AP, if you actually look at it for the 2 weeks that, I guess 4 weeks that he's been a starter, he's been putting up consistent numbers for a flex player. That's where I'm getting you. He's not your RB1, he's not your RB2 in the leagues. He is a flex player. If you need a flex, I looked at the percentages right now. He's only owned in 62% of the leagues on Yahoo Fantasy. He's definitely worth a pickup if you're looking for a decent flex player, especially with bye weeks coming up. I wouldn't be surprised if he's starting to get owned in more percentages of the league.
Okay. So I'm going to disagree with you, and I'm going to label him as a bust. And the reason, my main reason, is because I don't think the Lions know who their lead back is. They've got 3, I wouldn't say solid, but they got 3 running backs that are good candidates. Kerryon Johnson, your boy from last year. Their rookie Swifts, and AP. Now, AP is getting more of the snaps. I agree. Like, his carries could definitely go up. He is a good option to pick up right now. But I think you're going to end up throwing him away in a couple of weeks or so. And plus, he's old. I know he's a freak of nature, but can his old body really handle that?
It's rough to say, but you know what? I looked at his stat lines right now. And for fantasy flex reasons, he is putting up consistent numbers. But
no, that's fair.
Well, who's your guy? Who you looking at?
I'm looking at everybody's hero from last week, D'Ernest Johnson.
Oh.
And I'm going to label him as another bust. And I'll tell you why. Yeah, he was great substituting for Chubb, but anyone could have ran on the Cowboys last week. It was garbage. He had like 93 or 95 yards. Like, he was good. Don't get me wrong. And he kind of, jived and shimmied all over. But the Cowboys defense is trash. I don't take merit to that. I think he's going to be a bust. It's going to be the Kareem Hunt show. And I don't think he's going to post numbers like that. So I'm going to label him as a bust. And he's going to be a popular waiver wire pickup this week. So you know what? Take him. I don't care.
You know what? I was thinking about it. I had some time today to think about it. I was gonna go boom, and I'm kind of leading towards that boom. He did have a great game last week. I think he out touched Kareem Hunt after everything. So I don't know. I like Kareem Hunt. He's a great running back, but for some reason they just don't trust him, and I don't know why. So I'm gonna label him as a boom this week.
No, that's fair. Also, Kareem Hunt's a little banged up, so that could be why as well.
But speaking of booms, I got one of the biggest booms
In your
of
pants?
no. Well, it is big, but it ain't booming right now. I got one of the biggest booms of this week, last week, and the week before. I know hindsight's 2020, but I'm sure everybody picked him up. I'm talking about Mike Davis, running back for Carolina.
Yeah, boy.
What can I say? Mike Davis grabbed a total of 16 carries for 84 yards and a touchdown and 5 receptions for 27 yards. He's no MCC, but he's definitely has been taking the load, and I don't see him slowing down at all. Putting up more than 15 points a game since getting the start after Christian McCaffrey went down. I see him as a boom this week versus the very weak-looking Falcons. I would have him starting in my RB1 or RB2 slot for the future until McCaffrey comes back.
Yeah, took the words out of my mouth. I can't agree more. He's a boom in my book. He's picked up the slack, definitely since MCC's gone down. I only see it going up until MCC comes back. And even then, you might be able to use him as a backup or a flex if they want to do a two-headed monster type offense. He's been great, man. What can I really say? Like I've watched him on your board, just putting up points consistently, just running that ball, stuffing it down opponents' throats. He's a boom, man. He's a big boom, and not the big boom in Goobie's pants.
I wouldn't be surprised though if next season you see him on a different team.
Yeah,
as a starter, maybe.
Absolutely. All right, so to end it off, I'm going to go with a surprising boom of my choice, young Joe Burrow from the Cincinnati Bengals. He's been great, man. You know what? This kid is tough. If you look at his last 3 games, he's posted over 300 yards. He's making Jared Goff look pedestrian. So you know what? I'm going to label him as a boom. I only see him getting better. He's got some nice weapons in Higgins and Boyd. And if AJ Green ever wants to fucking run and show that he's in the game, he's got him too. So I'm going to label Joe Burrow as a great pickup if you need a quarterback or a backup quarterback, and I'm going to label him as a boom. What do you think?
Yeah. You know what? I'm trying to look up the stats right now. My phone's being a little bit buggy. But yeah, I see him as a boom too. He's putting up consistent numbers like you were saying. Last week, 25 out of 36, 300 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. I think he definitely is going to be a good starting quarterback in the league. I don't think, he's a starter with so many quarterbacks in the league doing great things right now. Definitely a backup to your definitely a matchup consistent.
He's a good spotter. Like if you need him for a bye week or something, I would definitely recommend him.
Yeah, no, I agree. He's definitely going to be I think a hit or miss kind of quarterback. I do agree though that he is a boom, but in certain situations, like I said though, I think there are more consistent quarterbacks out there. We're in a 10-team league. I could probably think of 10 better quarterbacks to start, but in matchup situations, I would label him as a boom.
I take him over Minshew any day. Minshew's trash.
Trash, man. Oh, but oh man.
Sorry, man. I had to throw that out there. That was a terrible fucking pickup.
You know what? Yeah, Alan just does not know what he is talking about picking that up.
No, it's Timmy. It's Timmy, man.
Oh, yeah, it was Timmy.
And then
You
Timmy.
know what? It's. Oh, I can't. It's no words, man. I can't. Who wants to pick up porn stash Minshew? Like it's just terrible pick.
Maybe Timmy go for a mustache ride. Who knows, man?
You know what though? Speaking of terrible picks, I'm gonna go with my Toonie bet.
So we're getting into Toonie bets.
Terrible pick this week. But you guys know me. I like to do my bold predictions. I'm going Jets over Cardinals. Jets are going to get their first win of the season. The Cardinals are going to get their first loss of the season to probably one of the worst teams in the league. And that's it. I have no reasons for it. I have no this guy's doing well. Though Jamison Crowder, you know what? I'm going to label you as a boom. I know we're done with boom or bust, but I'm going to label you as a boom. You did very well the past week. It looks like you're going to put up consistent flex numbers. But, yeah, I really don't have any reason why I'm doing this. I'm just doing it for the fun of saying one of these bold predictions is going to be right. It's going to be great.
Okay, so would you double your bet for this week?
Oh, hell yeah, I would double my bet.
Okay, double your bet. Double your bet because I'm guaranteeing you that the Jets go 0-5.
I will put points on it too. You know what? I give you guys 5 points that the Jets are gonna win against the Cardinals.
You're gonna eat those words. The Jets are trash. I think the Jets are by far the worst team in the NFL. I can't see the Cardinals have been on a slide. They definitely get off it this week. So I like to take sure bets and smart bets. So I'm going to go with the Ravens over the Bengals this week. Joe Burrow gets a lesson here on what a good team looks like. Put in the bank. Ravens dismantle the Bengals in week 5.
So you just put Josh Burrows as a boom.
Oh, he's a boom. It's just I feel sorry for him. He's in that division with Pittsburgh and Baltimore. And the lesser extent Cleveland.
Oh, I do agree with you, though. Don't get hasty. Don't get twisted. Just because we label someone as a boom doesn't mean that their team is gonna win. It just means that they're gonna do well.
Exactly. This is points. That's all we care about. Now,
it's I think you're right. Obviously Lamar Jackson is fucking a stud. That the Baltimore defense is just it's doing so well. I don't see the Bengals doing anything big.
Well, it's in Baltimore too. It's in Baltimore too, right? So I just feel it's just a lesson for him to learn.
Oh, for sure. Every quarterback's got to go through that.
Oh yeah, growing pains. Your team is trash. It's it's part of the NFL.
Speaking of quarterbacks. We got
one more.
Oh no! I know. But speaking of quarterbacks,
okay,
we got our man on the phone over here. I know he's not with us right now, and he likes to talk about big dicks. Not my boom. He's not talking about my boom, but he's gonna talk about his Toonie bet this week. We got Ba Walker.
Well, how the turntables have. Oh, shit. Hey, boys, thanks for having me back. Ba here with another Toonie bet. First off, I want to say how pumped I am that the Eagles are in first place. Let's go. Fly, Eagles, fly. Hey, the king of shit is still king. All right, so moving along, my Toonie bet is Buffalo Bills versus Tennessee Titans. Matchup of 2 undefeated teams, and I'm going Buffalo. They're remaining undefeated. They're going to give Tannehill and the Titans their first loss. Let's go. I'm taking Buffalo. Can't wait to hear your picks.
That's a big that could be a bolder prediction than me. Two and no pun intended, 2 Titans going at it right there.
Yeah, no, that's a big matchup. It's a good test for both teams. It's a great Great pick on his part. I picked Buffalo as well. But I'm looking at the tallies here, and I'm undefeated in toonie bets. You're obviously at 0.
I'm obviously at 0 because you know what? I like to pick my bold predictions, and one of these days it's gonna land, and you guys are gonna be like, "Man, Goobie, you picked that? Like that's crazy." And
well, it balls at $1, so no, it's fun. Maybe one day you'll be right, but I don't think you're right this week, man. I think you're screwed.
You just wait and see. We're screwed like the NFC East.
Oh, fuck, trash. I can go on about that, but I don't want to. It's angering me. It's ruining my buzz.
Oh man. I do have one question, about the NFC East. All Dallas right. Cowboys, do you think the defensive coordinator, I don't know his name, but do you think he's going to get the can?
You'll repeat that? Sorry?
Do you think the Dallas defensive coordinator will get the can eventually?
I think he needs to. The numbers speak for themselves. You can't stop anyone. We can't even stop a cold. Can't stop COVID. Like it's asinine. It's atrocious. It's horrifying to watch. I think they said I can't remember his name either. So sorry, folks.
I don't even care to remember his name because
no, he's a bum. No, but apparently he gave Mike McCarthy his first start when McCarthy was starting off, and I think in the Saints organization. And this man hasn't worked since he was with Atlanta. And when he was with Atlanta, they were trash too, defensively. So this man's resume is disgusting. It's shit. And yet you hire him to be the defensive coordinator. And what has he done? What is he teaching these boys, man? Like, he's not teaching them anything.
You know who I would really want back as defensive coordinator instead of a fucking head coach? Imagine having Mike McCarthy and Wade Phillips on a fucking team. That's like a Bill Belichick in 2 people.
Yeah, no, that's a great coaching staff. I got a better question for you. Who eats more at a buffet?
Oh. His dad. Bum Phillips.
Who, Bum Phillips?
Who named your kid Bum Phillips? I'm sorry, man. I know we're kind of going off topic right now, but who the fuck names your kid Bum Phillips?
Okay, I got one more question. Who eats more in an eating contest? Wade Phillips, Mike McCarthy, or the Walrus out in KC?
Oh, definitely the Walrus out in KC. Are you kidding me right now? Fucking Andy Reid, you. The buffet would be gone 20 seconds before Mike McCarthy or fucking Wade Phillips gets there. That dude likes to eat, and he also likes to eat W's, so I can't complain.
Oh man, he's eating dubs all day, but he just always looks like he's hungry. Like he's always thinking about. Yeah.
Who did that?
Yeah, he's the job.
Yeah.
He just always looks like he's thinking about what he's going to digest in his stomach, like later on. I mean, it must be his secret why he's so successful. Plus, he's got Patty Mahomes.
White Castle every night before the game.
Praise to the food gods.
But hey, you know what? They're doing something special in KC. I can't hate on them that much.
Nah, they're, you know what? That might be a dynasty, especially if they win it this year. That's definitely a dynasty in the making. What can you say, man? Patty Mahomes, Andy Reid, success, recipe for success.
Yep.
But on that note, do you want to add anything before we sign out, man? And again, solid pod, man, as always. This is fun, bro. Like, this is a dream come true. So
it is. It's definitely a dream come true. I was a little stumbling through some things today because I'm working those early mornings. I gotta go to bed late or early. Sorry. So sorry for the miscues on some of the stats. But you know what? I have a great time doing this. Hopefully the listeners are loving it. If you want to give in some bold predictions yourself, or maybe some toonie bets, maybe we'll throw on some fan toonie bets on here. Check us out at the Wow I Had Mustard Instagram page. Shoot us a little message. I'm hoping soon that we'll get a show us your TDs page, but I mean it is only for the fantasy week, so it'll be a little rough just to keep a Instagram page for that. But who knows? We might get one out there. But yeah, no, it's always a pleasure, being on here with you.
Oh, thanks, brother. Yeah, no, like I said, Dream. I just want to give a shout out to Ba for his toonie bets and just being the guy he is. Shout out to Anthony, man, for making this possible. You're the man. NA30, the pod channel, like subscribe. Honestly, we've got some good content, with Mustard, with this, with Midnight Owl. Fuck, Tim, you're killing it, man. Keep it up. Chalupa's got some interesting stuff. No, it's a dream come true. And piggyback off the Wow I Had Mustard page. Yeah, you can get us at that page. You can get us individually too. I'm at Blackzilla27 on IG. Don't hesitate. I'll answer any fan mail or any messages. And like Goobie said, man, if you guys got a toonie bet or a boomer bust you want us to put on the pod, we'll do it. We have no problems, no qualms.
You can hit me up at G006IE on Instagram. Throw me a DM, throw me a follow. I'm definitely interacting with anybody who wants to, throw out some bets our way.
Yeah, he's not always playing with his joystick, so
I am not.
Send a message.
I ain't playing with my boomstick.
Got the boomstick, folks. You might have a lineup of women at your door soon. On that note, brother, man, fun pod. Can't wait till next week. Go Cowboys. Let's get your shit together. And remember, everyone, light travels faster than a sound. This is why some people appear bright until they speak. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Thanksgiving.
Go Cowboys!